Here we have another house that was built in the 1800s and was also demolished. This house was built in the 1800s and was later demolished. I like the little circle-y thing it has down on the left. It looks like a bridge. It looks like a gateway to a bridge. This circled ceiling gives the feeling of a bridge or a fortress or a castle, and enhances the look of this house. This house was built in the 1800s and was also demolished. This little castle was built in the 1800s and still exists today. According to legend, Queen Elizabeth II almost bought it, but cancelled because of the bad weather. This exotic mansion was built in the 1800s and was probably demolished. This is a full-on castle. This fabulous palace was built in the 1700s and was later demolished. According to legend, this palace was once the envy of all its neighbors. Everyone envied the structure. I took a look at the grounds today. There's nothing but ruins. Everything is gone. This is a book library that was built in the 1800s and I think still exists today. This mansion house was built in the 1800s and still exists today. I kind of like this one. This is the William H. Gratwick's house. It was built in the 1800s and was demolished. It has another circly gate down to the bottom to the right. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This exotic castle was built in the 1800s or 1900s and was demolished sometime in the 1940s. Now this is exquisite. Ah, this one. This whole entire building is one giant mansion. It was built in the 1800s and later demolished. Look at the size of this thing. It looks like a small city. A single building like a small city comprised of a single building. A single building comprised of a small city. It's like a palace. Oh, I also like this one. This awesome house was built in the 1800s and was later demolished. Now this is a mansion. If a house mansion doesn't look like this, it's a shame. Any house mansion that doesn't look like this, any building that doesn't look similar to this, is an embarrassment, an eternal embarrassment, an immortal embarrassment. Because this is what a true house should look like. This mansion was built in the 1800s and later demolished. This house is so forgotten that only God Himself knows its name. This was a very famous castle that belonged to a very wealthy gentleman. It was built in the 1800s and later demolished, of course. This house had tons of valuable artifacts. It had silver and gold silverware and tons of other stuff. All gone. Somebody drew this castle. This impressive castle house was built in the 1800s and was of course demolished. This was a rare castle that was built in the 1800s and was later demolished, because why not? This adorable looking house castle was built in the 1800s and later demolished.